Hello and welcome to Star Inside News. Today we are going to share Venus and Serena Williams were at the height of their career when their sister was murdered. Serena Williams and Venus Williams have lived quite the life in the spotlight. Many people would know the famous story of their father, Richard Williams, watching TV in 1978, seeing Virginia Ruzici win the French Open and earn more than $20,000 prize money, then turning to his wife, Oracene, and suggesting they have more kids and turn them into professional tennis players. But what some people may not be aware of is the fact and Venus' sister, Yetunde Price, was murdered, and it's something neither Serena nor Venus have spoken about much. That is until recently. Their parents, Richard and Oracene, both had children separately before their marriage. Richard had 5 from his first marriage, although he did not have any contact with them. Oracene had 3 daughters from her first marriage, and Yetunde Price was the eldest in this trio. In 1980, Richard and Oracene married and soon welcomed their first child together. Venus Serena was born a year later. Soon after Serena's birth, Richard decided to move the family to Compton, a part of Los Angeles which was notorious for its crime and gang culture, because he felt he would give his daughter a fighter mentality. How much easier would it be to play in front of thousands of my people if they had already learned to play in front of scores of gang members, he pointed out in his 2014 book, Black and White, The Way I See It. Richard wanted the 2 girls to become rough and tough and strong, but even he started to wonder and if he had made a mistake by moving to Compton, where the family was trapped in the middle of daily gun battles and shootout. A little black girl was shot in the back of the head by a store owner who killed her for stealing a bottle of orange juice. He wrote in his book, "It took me only a couple of months to realize I was in the middle of hell and only God can help me now." Then in 1991, Richard uprooted his family to enroll both Venus and Serena in a beach tennis academy in Florida, where they trained 6 hours a day, 6 days a week for 4 years. Richard's plan to make Venus and Serena into tennis champions was a spectacular success, with the sister going on to win 30 Grand Slam single title between them, but his decision to move the family to Compton in the early 1980s had tragic consequences, because although Serena and Venus moved away from Compton to train, much of their wider family decided to stay in the area, including Oracene's daughter, Yetunde. Yetunde worked as a nurse and looked after her 3 children living in the Compton neighborhood, and on one night in 2003 she was chatting to her boyfriend, who was sent in the park car with her. Suddenly shots were fired from an AK-47 wielded by a gang member defending a drug house. Yetunde's boyfriend drove away soon as he could and did not immediately realize that Yetunde has been shot dead, driving her to a relative home, where he then discovered the severity of the situation and called emergency services. She died from a bullet wound to the head. She was 31 and the attack took place just across the road from the tennis court where her half-sister had learned to play tennis. Next thing you know, I see flashes to my side. I don't know if it's from the front or the other side. I don't know how many shots were fired. I don't know even what race or creed the attacker were, Yetunde's boyfriend told the Los Angeles Times. I did not look once at my lady. I am trying to get through this. I am trying to get away. I am trying to get her to safety. I see the back window is shattered. I looked to the right and said, "Baby, are you all right?" I looked at Yetunde and there was blood everywhere. 4 months after the death, police charged a man over her death, a 25-year-old Robert Edward Maxfield, who was a member of the Crisp gang. Prosecutor alleged that he fired because he mistook Yetunde's car for a rival gang member. He pleaded no contest to voluntary manslaughter and was sentenced to 15 years in prison in 2006. By 2018, he was out of jail on parole. In 2016, the Williams family opened the Yetunde Price Resource Center just steps from where she was murdered, and the public tennis court where Venus and Serena Williams first learned the game. The center is designed to help victims of violence and support their families in hopes of breaking the cycle of violence in their community. Opening the community center is calm provided a form of healing for the family. During the ribbon cutting, Serena Williams said, "We definitely wanted to honor our sister memory because she was a great sister and she was our older sister and obviously she meant a lot to us. And it meant a lot to us, to myself and to Venus and my other sister as well, Isha and Laundria. And they have been wanting to do something for years in memory of her, especially the way it happened, a violent crime." Serena told Time magazine interviewer Sean Gregory that she struggled with the news of Maxwell parole, conflicted by whether she should feel angry or not. "No matter what, my sister is not going back for good behavior," she said. "It's unfair that she will never have an opportunity to hug me. But also the Bible talks about forgiveness. I would like to practice what I preach and teach. Olympia Serena daughter, that as well. I want to forgive. I have to go there. I'll be there." Yetunde's 3 children were aged 11, 9 and 5-year-old with their mother died. "It was hard because all I think about is her kids," William told Time, "and what they meant to me and how much I love them." Last year, the movie about Serena and Venus' career and film were released. King Richard, in the film, Yetunde's murder is touched on, and watching an actor play Yetunde was overwhelming for Serena. "I think I cried the whole time," she told Red Table Talk. "Whenever she came on film, I just started even still." Recently, on a panel on stopping violence, Venus spoke about the impact of losing Yetunde 19-year-old on. Venus said the emotions are still at the forefront. "It's not easy. Obviously, violence has hit very close to home in our family, but the best part of it all is that we have memories and through it we become stronger and through it we are able to help other people. We have tried to turn that pain into hope, and that's very important to us." If you like the video, kindly like, comment, share and subscribe. I should fuck her in the